Hello, everybody. My name is Rafael Ciacin, and this is another episode of Silver and Black Experience with your host, El Capitán Rafucho. So, this is a show with all the Raiders Nation come out this show right here because this is a show with no drama, no bullshit, no filter. Just grab your drink and enjoy the show for the Raider Nation, motherfuckers. So, sorry about the delay because right now I had to deal with the hour, and then of course there's so many things to appreciate it about it. But we are really excited about the football season, and we cannot wait on Black Sunday, which means on Sunday. So this is the week number one of the NFL season, and of course we got something about it. And sorry about it. So hold on a minute. Oh, sorry about that. That was the background noises that I got for everybody else. So sorry about that. But we're talking about the week number one of the NFL season 2022 2023. The road of the Super Bowl begins right now because we have now our biggest test right here. Because remember the last time when the Raiders faced Los Angeles Chargers on the last week of the regular season 2021 2022? Boy, that was really hype, and of course that was really fucking awesome. And even those Charger fans are telling that was a tie. I didn't know because really Those Bears were beat us. I thought it was a tie. And Justin Herbert is shitting his pants right here. They should call Justin Herbert for his name called, I don't know, Chelsea. But I just say on the show with Raider Gabe, and I just like because there was something about it because the real nickname is Chelsea. It's like the nickname for Justin Herbert. So, anyways, I just figured it out that well, sometimes I made up for anything, but we are really excited about the week number one of the regular season of the NFL between the game of Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Chargers, which is, I mean, the Bulls and Chelsea. All right, sorry about that. But, anyways, hit the like buttons, share this video, and of course, subscribe to your homeboy, Rafael Chacin, as known as El Capitán Rafucho, on each social media. On Twitter or Instagram, you can follow me at Capitán Rafucho. I repeat, at Capitán Rafucho. And of course, you can subscribe me on YouTube as Rafael Chacin. And of course, you can watch the last episode of Civil and Black Experience. And of course, this last Wednesday, I had the opportunity to talk with Naughty Nate for the podcast Just Win Baby with Raider Ben, and of course Jack Bauer. And right now they're doing a live with Eric Diaz in his experience. So I salute to everybody else. And look what I see at the comment right here. So here it is, fake to black, Chelsea Herbert. That's what I said it. That's what I said it. There I see salute Ralph, salute fade to black, and of course if anyone can pull off the Raider Nation right there, there's the link right here. So right now, let's talk about the Raiders right here. So first, Raiders captains for the 2022 season. I don't know why, folks, but this is gonna be like amazing. All right, so let me share the screen right here. It's gonna be tough enough, right? So I got my internet. I think my internet is not gonna fucked up. All right, so for the Raiders captains for the offense, they got Derek Carr, Devonta Adams, and Colton Miller. For the defense, Max Crosby, Denzel Perryman, and Jerome Harmon. And for the special teams, they got AJ Cole and Mike Hollins. These 8 men are represented to the captains for Las Vegas Raiders for the 2022-23 season. So, what can we expect about those guys? I mean, they're gonna bring the whole scary hours right here. And of course, Josh McDaniels was really generous about the team captains too, naming 8 of them: 3 of the offense, 3 of defense, and of course, 2 of special teams. But they might be surprising about the team captains are Jerome Harmon and Mike Hollins. Now, Jerome Harmon did not even star like the safety with Jonathan Abram and Jerome Moritz starring there. And Hollins gets to right now as a kick coverage, and he's especially on blocking. All the another one players for the captains, they make sense. This is Colton Miller's first time as a team captain because the last season the offensive line John Gruden as a team captain was Richie Incognito, which it didn't up well playing the same game to in the calf injury. Now, for Derek Carr and Max Crosby are the only captains for last season who returns as captains this season. And Josh Jacobs and Darren Waller were team captains last season, as well, neither are team captains this time around. So, everything can happen right here. So, I was really shocked that they put some names like, well, Colton Miller, and it didn't put like everybody else because, boy, I think they're gonna amazing and have a good time right here. So it's the players. Now let's see if the players choose him, it's for a reason. That's right, Diego. And of course, for Diego, I can see you right now because right now, when it comes to Las Vegas Raiders versus Denver Broncos for Russell Wilson, get ready because it's gonna be a battle. So I don't know if you changed your picture. No, I was just kidding because I know you support the Denver Broncos, so whatever. All right, so they make everybody else for anything. So that makes sense for everybody else. And for this time right here, they're gonna bring the whole defense right here. The whole scary hours is coming up. Imagine that. Imagine that. Having a defense with Max Crosby, Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, perfect combination. And I will see that for this amazing right here. But has really knows it about it because they're now they're now this they're now during the they're now their announcement of the press conference Friday because when Josh McDaniels says all those guys are the incredible job for us and they're looking forward to the leadership as we go into the season. Now, here's a fun fact of Harmon. He was a team captain for the New England Patriots in 2017. And that was the first time I had four selected for the honor. I mean, he was the captain for the New England Patriots, along with Tom Brady, which is insane. Which is insane about it. And I was thinking about it, but they just announced it. They just announced it. But if we're thinking about what's going on next, I mean, this is awesome. But not only, but not only Harmon is going to be the captain for this season. Mike Hollins was a former captain for the Miami Dolphins before they came into the silver and black. Now, that was shocking about. That was really shocking about. I mean, those two names are really incredible because they don't have the hype, they don't have the spotlight to everybody else, but it feels great. And I think this, and I think they're gonna put the effort, and of course, I got a lot of productivity because that's the what we're waiting for. And when Matt Collins says this is the what we're waiting for, I mean, it's right because what I said a lot about over the last days right here, this is the moment that we're waiting for us since 2002, along with the Super Bowl that we lost against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before Tom Brady came in 2020, which I repeat, Tom Brady could be 50% GOAT, 50% cheetah. Because remember the duck rule? Anybody remembers that? Well, sounds very fair. But I give it to you, because there's a lot of things that we have to the position about the key. Because this right here, that makes sense. That makes sense at all. Let's see another comment for Diego. AFC West is gonna be a bloodbath, and we all better because of it. I mean, imagine that. I mean, that conference right here between the Denver Broncos, Las Vegas Raiders, Kansas City Chiefs, and of course, Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, it's gonna be like a bloodbath between the quarterbacks, between Justin Herbert, Derek Carr, Russell Wilson, and of course, Patrick Mahomes. And the only question mark is gonna be during this season right here. Who can stop Patrick Mahomes? I mean, we can win this against the Chiefs, but who can stop the defense of Kansas City Chiefs? Because remember the last time, because they just won the Super Bowl against San Francisco Niners, thanks to Patrick Mahomes. I think if we're talking about the defense and the offensive line, they're really solid. But they just lost an important name like Tyreek Hill going to the Miami Dolphins. And of course, they had Juju Smith Schuster, which is for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I think that's something important about it because it's not only the quarterbacks that get a bloodbath, it's about the defense, the offensive line, and of course the special teams. Remember that. The special teams. And I mean, It could be happen. They could be happy about it. So so right now let us hear another part right here. All right, so here's another thing that will allow you looking for the X factor. Tyron Johnson or Nate Hobbs as an X factor for the Raiders. Now those two players are playing well in the preseason, but we're gonna say that about it. Nate Hobbs was an X factor because why? If the Raiders had the success for any season, they're going to need like a lot of young players on defense to step it up. The entire side is pretty unproven outside of Wes Crosby, Jenna Jones, and Jason Perryman. But there's one player who can really lead this year for the second year cornerback, which is Nate Hobbs. And it could be the X factor besides of Terry Johnson because it's not Derek Carr, it's not Devontae Adams, it's not Chandler Jones or Matt Crosby. It's Nate Hobbs. He's going to be expected to ever bigger role on defense because what is the shakiest position about the group of the Raiders? It has to be the quarterback because without with the new coaching staff is relying on Nate Hobbs, he was strictly a slaughter corner last season to play both inside out and another one. So Hobbs was lights out on Nicola last year. And if play is translated for the outside, the absence of Casey Howard, it won't be like sorry health. If Nate Hobbs couldn't play on the outside, it's really tough to find an answer for the wide receiver number one anywhere on the Raiders' career depth chart. Now, for Nate Hobbs is like we would like the number one quarterback for the Raiders this year, replacing Casey Howard Jr. Because on his first task right here, his first task, he'll be slowing down Mike Williams in the week one. But don't be surprised to see him on Keenan Allen as well. But if Hobbs can have a breakup season for the Raiders, that defense chance has to be pretty good. But if you struggle outside for the slot, the Raiders could be a lot of shoutouts for the season with their unproven secondary. I mean, think about it. Think about it. But there's another X factor could be impressive, which is Taron Johnson. The whole preseason has been hit or miss for Taron Johnson, and he was leading the team of the receiving the first game. He also had a couple of risks as well, including a missed block that led for a tackle for a loss and a drop dead pass. Those two catches were big. One was 14-yard grab, third, and 11. The other was 25-yard deep ball. Now, here's what you know about Taron Johnson. He's a fast guy. He is a fast guy because people are talking about, oh, he's really fast. But at the end of the day, he wants just the overall game as far as the road running, road depth, blocking, and he wants to showcase that they can do than just speed. Because for the NFL, that speed he broke with the Chargers in 2020. But the lack of the overall game, he didn't stick there. That's what the promise issues right here for Taron Johnson. Because, however, he's able to work with a couple most technically sound receivers in the league. Because it really helps when he plays with guys like Keenan Allen or Devontae Adams. And he's taking notes what Adams special with against over without speed. That deception with the former head that is take and fake movement. And something is trying to develop. It might be the end. They need Taron to hit to stretch the field with the speed. Whatever he hits the field and more the occasional go road or depending is going to be successful to continue to develop this game. So we don't know about it. I mean, if we can think about it, so it might happen for the X factor. It could be Nate Hobbs or Taron Johnson. Because if you look at the stats right here, let's see what I got over here. Because right now it's all right. So a little bit of because just see what I got over here. All right. Let's see what I got over here. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna share the screen right here. So I was gonna see what I thought about it. All right. All right. So there you go. Nate Hobbs. So we got the Nate Hobbs for the number 39, and of course for the 2021 stats, his solo was 50 with the 21 assistants. He had only one sack, only one interference, and of course he had GPD. And he will play, and he will just play against for the Chargers because of it. Let's see what are the so we got over here for tackles for the total of 72, sacks with one, interceptions with one. He had only one fumble, and for a miss, number three. So what can possibly go wrong right here? What could possibly go wrong? And of course, the depth chart was here. Oh, hold on a minute. So could be like the X factor right here. So I'm not really sure about that. But if you look at the potential right here for the players right here, that could be like shocking. And for this time right here, that's very impressive. All right, so let's see what they got over here. All right. All right, so if anyone can pull up right there, so here's the link right here. Anyone can pull up. So right initially where you have it is right here. And of course, hit the like button, share this video, and of course, subscribe to your favorite captain, which is Rafael Chacin, as known as El Capitán Rafucho, on YouTube as Rafael Chacin, where you can see the latest episodes of Silver and Black Experience. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram as at Capitán Rafucho. I repeat, at Capitán Rafucho. So, so I'm gonna be sure right here because last time on Silver and Black Experience, Whitney was really great. And I want to all to finish right here because it's gonna be late. But there it is. Raiders versus Chargers, week number 1. Or what should I say? Chargers hate week, which is really important. And of course, we got Diego. What's your score prediction of the Chargers game? I will say that's gonna be tough. But I will say Raiders 38, Chargers 20. That's it. That's my whole prediction right here. So I was thinking about it because if we thinking about the defense, the offensive line, and of course, without JC Jackson, because during the injury, that game is us. That game belongs to us. And of course, there's a lot of Chargers crying right here with Justin or at least Chelsea Herbert. So, and there he goes. Diego says, I'm going 24-21 Chargers. It's a payback for last year. No, I don't think so. It's not going to be a payback, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Who wins the best? But we're talking about the Raiders versus Chargers, or at least what I call bowls, courtesy by Chelsea Herbert. So, what are those things is the wide receivers versus the Chargers secondary? Now, the pass catchers will be challenged. Primarily, Devonta Adams and Renfro will be going against Chargers safety Jerry James for sure. One of the enduring questions is the cornerback Jesse Jackson, who did not practice on Wednesday and Tuesday due to the ankle injury. They required him to have boot and sliding for 2 weeks of preseason. Now, I wonder who Adams is going against with, but he says his mentality is centered to what he do can around compared to those who block him. So I didn't get it to stop too much because about the focus. But when he said Devonta Adams, I don't get it ready to stop too much because I really like to focus on what I'm going to do it. Because I'm worried about making sure I locked in what I got to do. The offensive line. The offensive line, which is really, really a question mark. Right now, the offensive line is primarily on the right side is going to unfold. Now, with this weak depth chart on Willie, that Lester Condenser will be playing right guard, along with Jermaine Oliver will start at right tackle, ladies and gentlemen. There's no empty. There's no empty. There's no empty right tackle. So we got Jermaine Oliver will start at right tackle. So I displaying a lot of the military questions during the preseason. Even despite those changes right here, Derek Carr has says the trust online its offensive line coach Carmen Resealer has prepared the linemen. And of course, they got to continue to stay disciplined. No turnovers and penalties. Because during that exhibition play for the Las Vegas Raiders, who are recorded undefeated preseason record for the first time in the franchise story, they're not giving out for the football as a priority to learn the new scheme while trying to not lose games. One of the biggest goals for the Josh McDaniels teams is to limit mistakes. That includes getting open field tackles defensively, not fumbling the ball offensively, and they're not taking a kickoff right to the next sideline. Those players and coaches are getting to the same page since the spring, both the means and the practice field. How to execute it, learning to the best ability. I mean, learning how to execute plays to the best ability. Now, those penalties are the play that can negatively affect to drive both to the defense and offense. And the Raiders had come a long way to toward correcting those mistakes. Because with the mentality during the preseason limited turnovers and penalties, they need to translate early at the season that the players continue to work out any kinks with the new scheme, which is very important. Now, what do we expect about the Las Vegas Raiders scheme for the actual game? If you look at the offense right here, it would be the first time Derek Carr, Devonta Adams, wide receiver Hunter Renfro, and tight end Darren Waller will be on the same field as the game. Now, Renfro, Waller, and Adams had each record at least 1,000 yards receiving the season over the last 2 years. Those snaps in practice between all four players and the one thing but anticipation to see at the regular season matchup continues as increase at the time gets over to closer. Now, one of these players cannot wait to return into time of pro wide receiver, which is unbelievable. Now, did I just say it about the captains? The eight captains. Now, having the representation for all the three faces and show the recognition for their teammates is being able to identify who those became leaders on the training camp, which is totally amazing. Now, I just see that a lot of things going on right here, but I'll only can say it. They're going to limit those turnovers because if you look at the ability and of course the mentality of the new group, if we have if we got an undefeated season 4-0 at preseason, they're going to limit all the mistakes right here. They're going to limit at all because we're not going to waste another time for these nightmares right here. So we got to limit those mistakes right here. We got to limit. We had to cut it out, just like that, just like that. Now, for the Chargers team, the biggest test is Devontae Adams because Devontae Adams is unbeatable. Is unbeatable because he got one of the most elite wide receivers during the actual era in the NFL. So it might be a great rivalry because of that. Because he had to respect all the cultures. Because he's with suburbs, he can play for any part inside and out at the ministry. Because he had the highest IQ from football with a great corporal control. That was the reason that he won all the honors and the respect of everybody else. And I love he competes. I love when Devontae Adams competes with everybody else. He can knock you down just like everybody else because they're not gonna play around. They're not fucking around. So yes. And of course, all right. So I'm gonna keep it short because right now it's gonna be like everybody else. But for the last thing that I was doing about it, all those people right here. Oh, sorry, because that's my cell phone. But all these people right here who doubt about us, and of course they just putting all the bets on Los Angeles Chargers. They just putting the bet on there who's gonna win the game right here. So I would just say there's another comment right here. Say, there you go. Devontae has to be voted as the smartest NFL players by his peers, and that's true. That's true because he got the highest IQ on his football career. But as I can say it right here, a lot of people they just put their bets in favor to the Chargers. I mean, a lot of people they just put all the bets for the Chargers, but they didn't understand. It's not gonna be a payback. It is. It's not gonna be a payback game. It's not gonna be the game for Chelsea Herbert. None of this. None of this. Because right now, when the people start to doubt about us, the real cheese is moving in silence, like lasagna. Because right now we gotta take it. We gotta take it. So we gotta shut down those haters right here. We gotta shut them up. Do it with a heart. And of course, no matter what happens, everything is gonna be epic. So listen, folks. The defense and the offensive line could be crushing down for the Chargers without Jason Jackson. And I will say it. They're gonna bring the whole scary hours in front of the Chargers fans. And of course, speaking about Charger fans, I'd like to shout out to Mike on the Mike Sports, which had weeks ago, I don't know, Mounts, I had the opportunity to interview him because Mike on the Mike is one of my favorite brothers right here. He knows about the football, but the only issue right here, he's a Chargers fan. He's a Chargers fan, so well, what can I say about it? But I will say it before I leave it here. Don't doubt about us because we're coming. And honestly, let's see right here. You mean the Chargers single fan? I will just say it because right now, I will just say it. Those Chargers fans right here, well, except for Mike, which is an amazing content creator. All those Charger fans, except Mike, they're trash, basura. And don't forget that the Raiders still runs the state, which is California, because it's not about the Rams, which they had the Super Bowl, the Chargers, or the 49 or the San Francisco 49ers, which they had the bang bang night again. I mean, you can stick your bang bang night again in your ass right now. So that's what I really hate about the Niners, including Jimmy Garoppolo. But I gotta tell you, folks, defense are gonna eat Chargers. The offense line is gonna beat Chargers. Devontae Adams and Derek Carr are gonna crush Justin Herbert because Chelsea Herbert is gonna shit his pants because they cannot stop those scary hours of Derek Carr and Devontae Adams. And I would love to see how it's gonna be the production of this team the backup of the team, and of course, how can I improve the defense and offensive line? Because this is not the last season. This is not 2021. This is 2022 under the new regime, under new management, under new faces. So, what can we expect about those guys? Every person who bet Los Angeles Chargers to win is a dork because they didn't know that we are coming. We are coming for you guys. I want to say, honest question: How likely is that your Raiders lose this game? I just wanted to say it. There's no payback tour. There's no payback game because I think we're not gonna lose. To be honest, we're not gonna lose. But think about it. If we think about the defense, the offensive line, that they have 4-0 on preseason, undefeated, that changed a lot. And of course, we had to lose on some teams that had the bigger defense than us, that had a bigger offensive line than us. But think about it. Chargers fans, there's no payback. There's no revenge. Because without JC Jackson, we gotta beat you up. We gotta fuck you up. And seriously, we are back in a team right here because even football season is back. We're gonna bring the scary hours, including a Black Sunday. Don't forget about guys. Black Sunday is coming, folks. So as long as I can do it right here, so right now we're gonna wrap this show right here. So don't forget, hit the like button, share this video with your friends or folks right here. And of course, you can subscribe right here on my channel, Rafael Chacin, as on YouTube as Rafael Chacin. You can watch the latest episode of Silver and Black Experience, and of course, my special guest Nadia Nay was there on last Wednesday. So, folks, I was gonna say about it. Have a good night, gentlemen, and of course, have a good evening, and of course, have a good morning for those people who are working earlier. Some countries like Australia, New Zealand, and of course, for those persons who work at night, have a good evening, guys, and well, good best to anybody else. It was say Diego, good talk, man, and of course, you say, I'll hit you up on Twitter, check your DM, no hate. I'll check on them later. And of course, Jens Fripper say, Laters Radio Nation for life. And of course, I'm going to scream for all of you guys. And on the count of 3, I'm going to say it. 1, 2, 3. This is for you, James. Raiders. There you go. And it's been another episode of Silver and Black Experience with your host, Rafael Chacin, as known as El Capitán Rafucho. So, no drama, no bullshit, no filter. Just grab your drinks and enjoy the show for the Radio Nation, motherfuckers. And for the Chargers fans, I'll see you there, so don't fuck with us. And this has been another episode of Silver and Black Experience. So, Charger fans, I hope Chelsea Herbert is going to shit his pants because we got this. We're going to win this. Have a good night, gentlemen. And of course, Radio Nation for life, motherfuckers. Salute!